This is a presentation about nurses in the First World War. This presentation is by Rose Mashevich and Nora Damiano. World War I took place between the years 1914 and 1918. Nurses in World War I played such a huge role in the development of the nursing profession, as it shed light to how much nurses really played a vital role in the healing process for all these soldiers. Development of new weapons during World War I led to new and more detrimental injuries for the soldiers. This led to more nursing care being needed and medical attention for the soldiers themselves. While it may not be the first thing you think of when you think of World War I or any wars in general, World War I had a huge influence on the future of medicine, including the start of blood transfusions, new antiseptic techniques, local anesthetic techniques, and painkiller options for the soldiers. There were over 20,000 nurses recruited for World War I, and Florence Nightingale, as we all know, was one of the most influential people in developing new processes for hygiene, which played such an important role in infection prevention for these soldiers.
Referring back to what we just talked about and relating the content to some nursing practices includes many things such as infection control protocols, trauma nursing specialties, nurses serving as advocates in holistic care. Infection prevention was modernized and improved via Florence Nightingale. These practices are still used today, and it's so important because, as we know, infection prevention is one of the most vital parts of nursing. Trauma nursing and ER specialties, there's a lot of similarities in wartime nursing and these nurses because of the fast-paced environment they deal with and the prioritization of care and just a lot of critical thinking to deal with these types of wounds. Advocacy for nurses, the First World War changed the view of nurses from being a very easy job to something that was very highly respected. And holistic care, after seeing what the soldiers went through during these wars, nurses realized that there's a heavy importance on caring for the patient's mental well-being as well as their physical well-being. In the book The Facemaker, Harold Gillies works very closely with his nurses. He recognized very early on the vital roles that nurses play in infection prevention and healing for his soldiers. The Facemaker also recognizes the impact of war on these soldiers, nurses, and physicians. Many of the soldiers in World War I had PTSD. Harold Gillies and his nursing team worked very hard to look at the patients holistically and provide holistic care for them. As we said on the previous slide, infection prevention and the view of nursing both changed after World War I, and the Facemaker does a very good job at highlighting these changes.
And next we have a question just kind of asking what you guys think. Do you think that nurses in World War I got paid? To our surprise, World War I nurses did not get paid, and it was completely voluntary.
And here are our references.